Hey guys, welcome to Two Guys, a Girl, and a Goblin, Season 2, Episode 1. We finally made it after much delay and fucking around and all that stuff. We finally made it. So we are on to Season 2 of Two Guys, a Girl, and a Goblin. New characters, new setting, all kinds of new stuff. We're going to get into that real quick, and they'll have an introduction, so you'll know who everyone is and all that stuff real quick. But first, if you want to follow the show, we are at EGATPod on Twitter. That's at EGATPOD. On Twitter, I am at Jim Kliss. Aaron is at Aaron_Buell. Eric is at Morning ROC. And Sammy is on Twitter, but she doesn't use it, so she prefers you use her website, SammyKamiStudios.com. Commission her to make something. She just made some cool new hoodies that are available. You can see them on her Facebook page. They are pretty neat, and people seem to want them. They're for Evangelion, which I don't understand, but is a thing that is Japanese. So the one other thing you could do to help us out, if you are a fan of the show, you could go to iTunes if you're an iTunes user and rate and review. We do appreciate that. You can also, of course, subscribe and things like that. That helps us with our podcast rankings and all kinds of other stuff. We're also on RPGpodcast.com if that's something that you are interested in, RPGs and things like that. Probably are, since you're listening to this. They have a whole list of other RPGs that are or podcasts that are based around RPs, so go check them out. Okay, I guess that's it. Without any further ado, here is episode 1 of season 2 of Two Guys, a Girl, and a Goblin.
Well, by all means. That should be our theme song.
I'm glad we settled that.
Bop, 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 bop.
Barbara.
Bop, bop, bop. Barbara.
Streisand.
I want all the ham.
Sam.
You want all the Sam.
Oh,
The Sam
ham. Ew, Sam ham.
Sam ham.
You want that Sam ham?
Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons.
Come taste my Sam ham.
Hashtag obvious penis.
Get out of my Sam ham.
Hashtag Sam ham.
If you like what you're listening to tonight, hashtag Sam ham on Twitter.
Can we just make that like the official hashtag?
Hashtag Sam.
Sam ham.
Don't
Hashtag
make me
Sam ham.
so loud, then my stupidity will be obvious.
It's not the name of...
Sweetie, I don't think there's anything I can do as far as leveling that will...
No, it's Sam Hain. Sam Hain.
Sam.
It's actually Samhain, though, isn't it?
Samhain?
Samhain?
I've never heard it say
Samhain.
Samhain.
Yeah.
Everything's so loud.
Everything's allowed.
You know, you can adjust your volume on your
Even my thoughts.
you're number 4. No, that's
No,
the
Eric
input.
was 4.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
4
now.
now. 4. Yeah,
I am
fixed
number
it.
4.
I fixed it.
Is that number? I am number... I never saw it.
I am...
I
It is-
am
he is number
It's
4.
I am Sam.
No,
Where
you're thinking of 9?
No,
Number
I am
9?
number 4. Thinking District 9.
No, I'm thinking of the stop motion movie with the little bag people.
Yeah, you're not thinking.
Oh,
yeah,
that
it's
was
not what
9.
we're thinking
9,
of,
yeah.
which is the furthest thing from what I was talking about. No, that I think they leaked the release date for the Wii U Smash Bros. That's supposed to be like right before
Like
Black,
2 years
Black
from now.
October. No, Black October.
Black October, Black Friday.
Blackula.
It's the hunt.
Black-
It's the hunt for Black October.
Hunt for
The
Blacktober.
hunt for Blacktober.
Oh shit, that's about to shoot us.
It's Blacktober 3rd.
So I think I might skip the DS.
Oh yeah, I'm
Instead
totally
of,
skipping the 3DS
But I
version.
want it so bad.
No, I don't care. Like I saw people like breaking their joysticks on the 3DS.
It's because they're being stupid.
Yeah, that
Well, and like if I'm gonna play it, I want to play it like on a big screen, like
Right. Well, you
like
can
in
hook
a
your 3DS
party.
up to the TV, but I wouldn't recommend it.
meh.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, Sam, could you go in the living room and get my?
Stay there for the rest of the night.
Yeah, could you just leave?
Could you do us all a favor and fuck the fuck off?
Could you?
Why?
No, could you get my dice out of there?
Oh, and where's my thing plugged in?
It's in the bedroom.
Okay.
It's a weird place for the thing to be plugged in.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Well, that's what.
Was that
Hey,
where you were using
Sam,
it last?
why don't you get his? While you're in there, would you get his? Would you get his vapor thing out of the bedroom? I'm sorry. Don't make that face at me. I'm straddling all the recording equipment. It's kind of hard for me to get out of here right now. It's super
Make that
uncomfortable.
face. Makes my dick shrivel.
You know that face that you made on our wedding day. Don't make that face.
Don't make that face. You grabbed me in Oktoberfest.
It's like a sonic screwdriver that can't.
Doesn't give me cancer. There's no tar and shit in here.
Everything gives you cancer.
This is true.
At least this doesn't make my dick fly off. No gluten in here.
Pew! May I have a gluten
Cigarette
beverage,
is gluten-free.
please? Is this mine?
No,
Yeah.
that's for you to pop the top off. Pop topper.
That's what they call me.
Sam, you help. You see, if you just do everything.
Sam, can you help?
You want to drink that? I thought you wanted
Have you seen that one of those like games they do with like drunk women at the actual Oktoberfest, where like on that spinning wheel on the floor, and they have like a giant ball that's swinging back and forth that people are trying to knock them off, and they're drunk and they're spinning around, and they throw like ropes to try and like lasso them and pull them off, and they're all I don't know. Look it up. That's funny.
Fun times.
Sounds like Thursday
Good
night
times.
Thursday night.
Welcome to National Delicious Dish on National Public Radio. Could you also open my beer for me, please? Thank you.
Eric, how far are you on Hyrule Warriors?
How far are you?
I just got to the reveal where it's like,
Okay,
hey,
I'm farther
guess
than that.
what?
Yeah, that was so stupid.
I know, like, well, duh. Like,
Not only because we already know, like we already know,
Yeah.
but because like you know that Princess Zelda, is the only one that has that other Triforce, and
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
saw all of them taken away.
mm-hmm.
Like, how did you have it?
I got my Hulk to level 52 on Marvel Heroes.
Also, they show Zelda playing the harp.
Yeah.
At the beginning, the
Yeah.
same harp that
Sheik plays.
Sheik uses.
It's possible. Can't be her.
Mm-mm.
Zelda's
Sheik's a
not
dude.
a boy.
I don't care what Nintendo came out and said, like,
Sexy dude.
retroconned everything. It's like, oh, Sheik's a dude now. No, she's a chick.
Did they
JK, no homo.
what?
Yeah, they totally.
Kind of
You're
want to fuck
kidding.
Jeek, no homo.
They came out recently and they were like, Sheik was a chick the whole time.
Oh no. Yeah.
Like,
oh,
Sheik
yeah.
the character. Not, like, Sheik the person is a chick.
As in like when
As
Link
in
first
she
met
was-
Sheik, he already knew she was a woman.
No, as in, like,
No, that
Sheik, as in Zelda wasn't pretending to be a guy. Zelda was pretending to be a girl.
Okay,
Sheik.
that's silly.
Yeah.
This is in no way accurate.
it doesn't make a lot of
It's a
sense.
very flat-chested woman.
Yeah. Super.
Aaron is trying to perform fellatio on a microphone.
Also, Link looks more like a woman than Sheik does.
It's true. Link is a pretty princess.
I love when the Wii U trailer came out and everyone was like, "That's Zelda," including me, because I was really hoping it was.
You were really
Zelda.
hoping it was a lady.
I
The
was
guy's like,
really hoping.
Kind of
want
want to fuck Link.
fuck.
Semi-homo.
I kind of want to fuck him.
Okay.
13 years
Make
old.
love to his mouth.
Let's stop talking about that stupid game and start talking about this stupid game. Hey, you don't make that look. You made that face like you were mad at me, like just like, how dare you say that? But I was gonna say it about my game too. So that's what she says right
Welcome
before.
to couples
That's
counseling.
what she says. That's what she says right before sex too. Let's get on with it.
It's true.
Just can you just
Just,
God,
just,
just
fucking
try-
finish.
try not to
please.
wake me up, all right?
Can we fuck while I'm facing the TV?
So we can both watch
So at least-
Supernatural.
so Jim can watch Supernatural.
That's what Google Glass is for.
Oh
Wait,
shit!
let me get my Google Glass.
Oh my god, so many otakus are gonna they're gonna buy, there's so many, oh my god, it's gonna blow their minds.
Are you,
Naruto, no.
Yeah.
Ew. Naruto isn't even Japanese, is it?
Yeah.
Or no, Naruto's Japanese. It's the Avatar. That's not
Naruto,
Japanese.
Avatar is not Japanese.
It's faux anime.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Fanime.
Which is funny because anime comes from American animation.
Yeah.
So it's
I like
Full
Avatar.
circle.
it's America copying Japan copying America.
I liked Avatar like a lot.
I
Cartoon.
watched a couple of episodes.
Do you watch Korra?
I don't know when it's not on Netflix. So
It isn't.
It's on Hulu.
speaking of Netflix,
Ah.
so super pissed they freaking took the '90s X-Men off.
They took Battlestar Galactica down too. Like the reboot Battlestar
I never got
Galactica?
around to watch Fuck.
Yeah, we started watching it, and then
and then I got bored.
then I was really enjoying it again, and then Sam's like, I'm tired of watching this.
You could have watched it on your own.
That's kind of how I felt about it.
I saw. I know what
Yeah.
happens. I watched the last episode over at you. And
That's true.
You and Liz's apartment.
Yeah, you saw the very.
I was like, wow, this is a really good episode. So was the rest of the series as good?
and then I murdered. I killed you and
shanked
buried you in
me right there on the
buried you in a
couch.
shallow grave. I was like, hey, people don't know this. Aaron's been dead this entire time. He's actually
He's a
I'm a
ghost.
revenant.
yeah.
The ghost, which is what we'll be battling in this game, and I took it all back.
Bruce Willis.
I brought it back home.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, Aaron was also dead at the end of Sixth Sense.
Because I killed myself
That movie was
because
fucking
I-
boring.
Because I hate M Night Shyamalan so much.
But that's his good movie. That and Unbreakable.
I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable's good.
That's good.
I've seen the sequel, Unbendable.
That's porn.
Unmendable. Wait,
It's definitely a
Unmendable
porn.
is the sequel.
I thought I didn't see Unbreakable in the theaters because I thought it was about those black plastic combs.
Yeah, that you got in line
That you-
at
yeah.
Picture Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Those were not
Or they'd be in like the blue
Unbreakable.
liquid in a bathroom.
Unless you're already going bald, do not use the cones.
Wait,
in
are
the blue
those in
liquid.
men's bathrooms?
What?
No.
Cones?
Yeah, well, yeah. If it's
Nice ones.
yeah, Or strip
Girls
clubs.
get
Strip
combs.
clubs too.
In a blue disinfectant liquid.
Mm-hmm.
That will make you go
Why
bald.
don't girls get that?
Do you want to use a comb that's been soaking in blue liquid?
Other men have used.
It looks like it seriously looks like the liquid out of a fucking toilet. Like when you
Well,
put it
then
one of
why
those
do
like
men
It looks like
have it?
mouthwash, essentially.
Well,
Yeah,
then why
that
do men
too.
have it?
because
I
we're
just
dumb.
want what men have.
Well,
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
I want a penis.
Yeah,
Finally,
hashtag
do you
Mel
want-
consent.
Gibson truly knows what women want.
Do you want
Stop
like
fucking the hot tub.
all right? Do you want like ladies' room attendants at strip clubs?
I don't go to strip clubs.
Well, you should.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teresa wants to go to one. We should all four of us go.
Meh.
Double
Fuck yeah,
day.
this is the most awesome double date ever.
Meh.
Meh.
Whatever.
Well, anyway, the men's rooms have.
Will you
have,
be Jim's date when we go to a strip club?
Oh yeah.
Fuck
You put out on the first date?
Do you buy dinner?
Yeah, I can arrange that.
Could work something out.
All right,
All right. Well, this is all settled.
Sam. See you later. If you
I
could,
smell-
please
I
just
smell
fuck straight off.
An inverted 69 coming on.
Great. I have a whole night to myself.
This is
All right,
Sammy
this works
time.
out for
She's gonna lay out
everyone.
in the sheet, light some candles, put on some Sting.
Hey, you didn't go to Gen Con this year. So.
No, she's not going to put on some Sting. She's going to put on some fucking boy love anime
K-pop
and then
Just flick the bean
and then flick the bean.
Fucking Diabolic Lovers drama CD.
and pour herself some scotch.
Yeah.
No, she's going to watch Careless Raptors.
Well, yeah.
What is Careless Raptors?
Oh
You
my
didn't
God,
watch
I
the
hate
video?
you
I linked
so
it? Fuck you,
much.
man.
I hate you so much. We put so much love into that video.
We made a video. We made a
I can't
video.
tell if
It's
he's
on the.
trolling or not.
Yeah, I think he's schraubing us.
No.
No more beer for
I
you.
even linked
You're
you.
cut
I
off.
even tagged you in the post on it.
I
It is-
think
it is
he
a-
even commented too, didn't he?
Yeah, it's Carol. No, Adam did.
Oh.
Your brother did. It's. We took clips from Jurassic Park and set them to George
It
Michael's
looks
Careless
like
Whisper,
it looks like an opening to like a soap opera with
or
dinosaurs.
or a Cinemax porno, like softcore porno.
Oh yeah. No, I don't remember that. I could have been drunk.
My favorite part was with the
think they were
fat guy and
drunk
little
when they made
dinosaur.
Yeah, when
And he
Nedry
He just turns
looked
around.
guiltily at the little dinosaur, the little
And
spinning
the little
dinosaur.
dinosaur's just like, why would you do
I
that? I feel like all those dinosaurs have been wrong.
Yeah,
None
they've
worse
been
than-
wronged by nature, but they've been wronged by Richard Attenborough.
It was God.
We spent no
Well,
expense.
that's Richard Attenborough, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yay!
Yeah, as Hammond,
Yes.
John Hammond.
I
Is
know.
it John Hammond? I think so. Yeah. All right.
He got his. He's fucking dead.
Oh,
What, the character or Richard Attenborough?
Well, I would guess both.
Yeah.
The character does die, and also Richard Attenborough is dead.
Yeah, I
yes. Yeah. Rest in peace, Richard Attenborough.
Too soon. Rest in pepperonis.
Okay.
R.I.P. pieces.
So this is the beginning of season 2 of Two Guys, a Girl, and a Goblin. I'm trying to make sure I'm not peeking. And
Spoiling
like
your own
20
story.
No.
minutes into the conversation, we finally get around to
12
it.
minutes
there
and
will be
53
series
seconds in the
Have fun
recording.
editing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck it. When have I ever edited?
Never.
When do I edit?
Radio edit.
Yeah, I'm still in trouble with Glad.
Well, you shouldn't have said those things. I just want people to see what a horrible
The
monster
trash
you are.
bag company?
That's what I was thinking at first.
Yeah, he said, well, because he
Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation.
Trash bags.
And cut point.
This is welcome to the last episode.
Two Guys, a Girl, and a Goblin.
To the final season of Two Guys, a Girl, and a Goblin.
Okay,
Short season this season.
so news
iTunes
setting.
pulled our funding.
Good night. Yeah.
Next
Yeah, what
episode, we'll
fun.
have
What
two
funding.
new characters.
We made $10 total.
Where's my money?
When I pay off all the fucking equipment, then we'll start talking about
$10.
money.
Yeah,
We're still
where's
in the
my
red.
cut?
Yeah,
We are not in the black,
We are-
people. We
we
are
are-
not in the
we are
black.
still still in the black. You know who gave the donation? Katie Taylor
Katie Taylor.
from high school. Yeah, she's a nice
I
lady.
don't know who that is.
No, well,
Little Katie, thank you.
Little
But
Katie.
thank
No,
you,
thank
Katie
you.
Taylor.
she's a sweetheart.
She's a little pixie.
That's very nice of you.
Yes,
You get nothing, but thank you.
you get thanks
You get thanks.
and my everlasting
But you
love.
can't really buy anything with thanks or put it on a shelf. I'm sorry. I had a cup. Continue. Continue, dear. It's okay.
Is there a new theme song for the season 2? Or you guys
No,
use
we're
the
just
same
gonna keep
theme?
use the same one. 'Cause-
Oh, I'm gonna make a new theme song.
Floppy wieners.
No,
floppy
you can't use somebody else's theme song. Well, by all means. That should be our theme song.
I'm glad we settled that.
Cheers.
All right. So this is the campaign setting for this is a homebrewed one. I call it Depth of Night. Why I don't know, but it sounded like a good idea at the time. I was going through goth phase a few months ago, so
You didn't call it D and Dresden Files?
D and Dresden Files. There is a Dresden Files RPG.
Oh yeah, I think you did tell me
Yeah.
about that.
No, I mean I don't want to do the Dresden Files. I mean, like,
okay.
yes, it's set in Chicago, but I mean, like, it borrows as much from a bunch of other places, plus just D&D. And honestly, like, if you read the Dresden Files books, it borrows from D&D.
No,
Like all the
everything
monster,
borrows
like
from-
all the
and
monsters, the
everything
way they
borrows
were.
from Tolkien.
You
Yeah.
think everything borrows
No,
from D&D.
I think Dresden Files borrows from D&D because the way that the monster, like the all the setup and stuff, it's like straight out of D&D and stuff, like, because like it's a already existing mythology that's like been co-opted. In D&D, you can't really like what's
From J.R.R. Tolkien.
and other things too. I mean, there's plenty of other like
Well,
you
there's
know,
lots
and
of
Cthulhu,
mythology.
or-
I was
and the
gonna say,
same
like,
mythology
Lovecraft.
and the same mythology that and also some of the same mythology that Tolkien based his stuff on. Anyway, so this is episode 1. Welcome to the city of Chicago, the Windy City, third largest city in America,
Hey dear, ho dear.
and home to 9.5 million people.
The Bears.
Home to bulls, bears, hawks, sox, and cubs.
Not worst, and pork chops.
Where there's no ketchup on the hot dogs, and the pizza has the sauce on top, as
Fuck
God
that.
intended.
I put ketchup on my hot dog.
Well,
Fuck you
you're wrong.
guys.
My future father-in-law would cut your throat for that.
Yeah. The Chicago of this world is very much like our own, with 2 major exceptions. Magic and mythical creatures are real, and many of these mythical creatures are U.S. citizens, tourists, or resident aliens. Vampires, werewolves, elves, dwarves, gnomes, and any number of other people are considered to be citizens, with the attendant rights and responsibilities of that status. As long as they follow the law, vampires, lycanthropes, and other so-called monsters are protected by the law. The realities of these citizens may vary, as do the laws governing them. But for all intents and purposes, though, there is one simple truth to keep in mind.
Women still can't vote.
The monsters are people just like you. Women can vote. And I'm sorry, this is kind of a lot of exposition because this is a data dump because we're setting a whole new setting. So
I'm just like picturing like Howard Shore music over all this. So,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
it's fine. Sweeping landscape.
sweeping, yeah, rolling over the Lake Michigan on a beautiful day, yeah, glittering.
This looks
yeah.
like Lower Wacker Drive.
Chicago.
All right, so introductions. You are the human, Chuck Law, fearsome fighter and cleric of Arathis, goddess of civilization, invention, and law.
Law.
Please say hi. What? You're Chuck Law.
Oh.
You're Chuck Law.
Yeah, I'm Chuck Law.
What?
You don't have to do the voice. I just want people to know that Eric is
Oh,
going to
gotcha,
play
gotcha.
Chuck Law.
All right. I thought we were going like for full on introduction there. I was like,
Well, no,
oh,
you
shit,
can.
put me
You
on
can.
the spot.
You can. You are the human, Ivana Diq-Tiqle, a skilled assassin who has dabbled in the dark arts to enhance her power.
Yes.
And finally, you are the gnome, Toots, private investigator and master of the arcane arts.
Hi.
You are employees of CPC, Chicago Paranormal Control, a privately owned company that handles both private and governmental contracts involving all forms of paranormal activity. CPC duties include every conceivable paranormal activity from simple ghost removal and exorcisms to full-blown vampire hunts on government authority. CPC is owned and operated by Charlie Zielinski, a Chicago native. While presenting an image of a friendly and sometimes even simple man, Charlie is a shrewd businessman who has succeeded in a difficult market where many others have failed. As bonded employees of CPC, you are imbued with certain privileges and responsibilities beyond those of the average citizen. Chief among these privileges is the right to carry deadly weapons with you at all times, even in situations where it would otherwise not be allowed.
My hands, my weapons.
I was just gonna make that joke. You stole it from me.
Further, when you are operating on a government contract, usually in the form of hunting down rogue lycanthropes, vampires, or other dangerous creatures, you are considered to be U.S. Marshals, with special jurisdiction regarding supernatural affairs, with all the attendant authority and responsibilities that position entails. You are expected to carry your marshal's badge with you at all times, though you are only considered to be on active duty and with active authority when on a government contract. Any use of your authority as a marshal outside of official contracts is strictly prohibited.
Wasn't Tommy Lee U.S. Marshal?
Well, yeah, and
Tommy Lee
Jones
Not Tommy Lee.
in The Fugitive, yeah.
He beat criminals up with his huge horse dick.
Elvis was appointed in a special drug agent.
ATF.
Was it ATF?
ATF agent.
I thought it was DEA.
No, I think it was ATF.
Thank you, drunk history.
Yeah.
Was
Well, I knew about that
Nixon.
before Drunk Hicks. Yeah.
Nixon done it.
Yeah.
Nixon
did it.
Nixon did it.
Thanks, guys. That was nicely in stereo.
Harmony.
Nixon did it. Nixon did it. Nixon did it.
Nixon did shit. I said it. Unpopular opinion.
Nixon did a lot of bad things. A few good things. Not enough, but a few. Okay, so after 6 months, this is the introduction. After 6 months of training, on top of your already considerable experience, you are ready for active duty. You are a newly formed team, about to be put into full rotation with other CPC teams, but you lack a final member. CPC veteran Jonah Washington was to be your 4th member, but a training accident involving the overzealous use of pyrotechnics by the training coordinator has left Jonah wounded and off the active duty list for some months to come.
Poor Jonah.
Charlie has just called you into his office, his secretary telling you that you have your first assignment and a new team member to meet. As you enter, Charlie stands and gestures you into the room.
Does he wear Ditka sunglasses?
He does.
Nice.
Took you guys long enough. Come in, have a sit. Charlie pushes a button down on his intercom. Betty, go find out where Splyg is. He needs to meet the team. Sitting back down, Charlie turns his attention back to you. Well, kiddos, this is it. You're my new team, and you're ready for your first job on your own. I got someone who will take over for Jonah on your team and make sure you don't screw up too bad. He's a real smart cookie. He's a little weird, but, smart cookie. He's our gadget man, and he's the one who cooks up all your little toys, and he's not a bad medic to boot. At this, the intercom buzzes, and Charlie has the new arrival sent in. The door opens, and standing all of 3 feet tall is what at first glance appears to be a child in metal armor, but upon closer inspection turns out to be an animate metal goblin, his eyes glowing a dim red. Ah, Splyg, good. Come in, I saved your favorite chair. Charlie gestures to the goblin. You should have met him before, but in case you didn't, this is Splyg, our gadget master, and your new teammate. Splyg walks to Charlie, shaking his hand before taking a seat in a chair sized perfectly for Splyg's odd form. It's like a little kid seat, like a toy, basically a toy set kid seat. Although, actually, you probably have to sit in one, too.
Yeah, I need one, too.
Your little goblin, little Toots.
He kicks me out of the chair.
Splyg looks at y'all and says, hey there, new meat, before looking back to Charlie. Okay, boss, what do we got? Charlie picks up stack of folder on his desk, handing one to each of you. Looks like a pretty standard ghost cleaning. Legislative Plaza Hotels had a ghost problem for years, but looks like the new owners finally decided to do something about it. The manager will direct you to where you need to go when you get there, but here's the basic rundown. You got 2 ghosts on 2. One's an old guy who hobbles around on a peg leg. Staff calls him Peg Leg Johnny. Staff's not very clever when it comes to names, I guess. The other is a ghostly hand that keeps sticking out of the wall in the gold room, one of the big ballrooms. Then you got the lady ghost on 4. She's supposed to cry a lot. Apparently it bugs the guests to have a ghostly woman wail in your room at 2 a.m. You got the one that seems to move between 5 and 2. Supposed to be Al Capone's ghosts. I don't know why Capone would be haunting the place. He didn't die there, and we know he got a proper funeral, but you'll have to check it out. Then you got a man who wanders around on 8 looking for something. He seems to like the ladies, and the elevator stops on 8 a lot, even when no guests call it. Spooky. Last but definitely not least, you've got something real nasty in one of the rooms on 12. Supposed to be so bad they boarded up the room from the outside and never go in there. Don't know much about it, but it sounds nasty, so make sure you go in there armed for that one. Got any questions?
Nope.
I'll drive.
I'm good.
All right, as you leave Charlie's office, you collect your gear, requisition any supplies you think you'll need, and head down to the garage to requisition a vehicle. You pick up all your gear. Chuck, you're gonna use you're required to carry a gun. Mm-hmm. You're gonna just use the regular Beretta. You want to use I feel like Chuck would use something like a little bit more intense.
I could not figure out.
I think like a Desert Eagle might be like a 50 caliber Desert Eagle.
Be too much.
I don't think anything's too much for Chuck Law.
Right.
No. I think Chuck Law is like
silver plated.
Yeah, silver plated. Yeah, it's like a shiny silver. Yeah, so that's 2d10 plus
shotgun. Or something.
It's 2d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus 1.
Knock. It's the law.
All right. The garage is always busy, repairing damage to vehicles caused by hostile forces, or just the random arcane energy CPC employees often emit, especially you, Toots. Before you can check in with the motor pool, Splyg stops you. Guys, don't worry about these shit boxes. I've got a ride on my own. Splyg leads you out the door and into the parking lot, stopping in front of an impressive example of American muscle car. You stand in front of a 1967 Chevy Impala, metallic blue with double white racing stripes. Ooh. This is Mirabelle, Splyg says, as he runs a hand over the hood. She's my baby.
Not a black Impala?
Nope. Modified her myself. Totally cherry. 454 big block. Armor plating. Hardened electrical system. Mil-spec comm gear. And a trunk big enough for all of our equipment plus a body or two if we need it. We'll take Mirabelle. Splyg opens the driver's door and hops onto the seat. You wonder how he drives the car since he clearly can't see over the wheel and his feet don't reach the pedals. Your questions are answered. His feet extend out from his legs, reaching the pedals, and his neck extends, pushing his head up high enough to see. Splyg turns his bizarrely extended head towards you and gives you a grin and a thumbs up.
I have nightmares the rest of my life.
As you mentioned, yes, it's not a black Impala. The car that they drive in Supernatural is a 67 Impala. And I actually went through looking. I was looking for muscle cars that would be suitable for you guys. Because it's got to be something old enough that doesn't have a computer in it for Toots to fuck up. Or really, honestly, Ivana also has enough arcane energy that she might fuck up a new car as well.
Sorry.
So I was looking for one that had 4 doors and was reasonably sized. I didn't unless you wanted to drive a Chevy Nomad, which is kind of cool. But I went around looking
so
and
no hybrid for us.
Yeah, you're not going to drive a Prius.
Yeah, Prius.
I want to kill demons, but I want to be eco-friendly about it.
I'm part of the solution. So I actually looked, and I kept looking and it just came back to that car like that, and that's actually for the same reason they picked that car for the show is the reason that we picked it, because it's got to be big enough to have 4 seats,
smart enough.
big enough to have a back seat and multiple doors, because they got to sleep in it. They sleep in that car, and it's got to be big enough to have a trunk for equipment and bodies, because they occasionally have to transport something in the trunk.
Some sort of dead demon or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they had a demon trap in the trunk.
Yeah, so they literally could throw a demon in it, and the demon couldn't get out. Okay. Did you want to get anything before you left? This is your chance to stock up on anything.
I don't have a pet this time.
You don't have a pet this time. I'm sorry. Any alchemicals, potions, things like that. Splug's got some. He's got alchemist fire and stuff like that. And some acid blast and stuff. Splyg, sorry.
Aha!
Splyg is the descendant of Splug, the hero of the keep on the hero of the keep on the Shadowfell.
I need a bottle of Grey Goose and a roll of bandages.
Funny how that.
Got it. You got a bottle of Grey Goose and a roll of bandages.
Down there.
Yeah, well, Splug was the only one to survive, it turns out.
Big surprise.
Well, Splug was the last one to survive.
The last one to survive, yeah.
Oh.
Slug was the only one to bother to write it down.
You just got stoned and wandered off one day. No one ever saw you again.
You hopped on the back of Barnaby and rode off into the sunset.
Turns out the peanut butter incident, he gave me VD.
As you pull up to the Legislative Plaza Hotel,
without breaking the equipment.
You can't hang those on there because they're just going to keep rocking back and forth.
We heard a noise in the car.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
If you ever feel like someone's in your back seat, frowny face.
I will burn your tiny neck.
And that's when the scary man killed the attractive crying man.
It's an episode of Supernatural. Yeah. Okay, as you pull into up to the Legislative Plaza, one of Chicago's grand old hotels, you take a quick moment to inspect the outside of the building before heading inside. 2 towers, the original 5-story building built in the 19th century, and the expansion, a 12-story tower built in the early 20th century, are connected by the first 2 floors of the edifice. The auditorium building, home to the world-famous Joffrey Ballet, stands across Congress Parkway. The hotel originally designed to match and complement the auditorium's facade. Not that Joffrey. That's a real thing.
We were all thinking it.
Yeah. Stepping inside, you find yourself in a bright and the auditorium building home to the world-famous Joffrey Ballet stands across Congress Parkway. The hotel originally designed to match and complement the auditorium facade. Stepping inside, you find yourself in a bright marble-clad lobby. The hotel guests looking at you with a mixture of confusion and fear. Immediately noticing your unusual presence, one of the clerks picks up a phone, and before you've made it halfway across the lobby, a tall, dark-haired woman in an expensive suit steps through a door and walks towards you. Extending a hand, she introduces herself. Hello, my name is Vera Worthington, and I'm the manager of this hotel. You must be she kind of looks you over. Experts, we called? Yes?
You could say that.
We're no exterminators.
And you could be right.
You're not exterminators?
Well,
we're the team, ma'am.
She kind of just looks at the group.
We're
and she's
no
like,
bug
yes.
exterminators.
Okay. Are you?
Yes, we're the experts.
Do you have a green card? Are you technically allowed to work in this country?
Let's just get to business.
I guess it doesn't. You're an independent contractor. It doesn't matter. That's your immigration status is someone else's problem.
Here's my green card, and then I fuck you off.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Vera kind of goes through, pulls out a list. She's got like a clipboard. She's like, okay, here are the problems I need you to take care of. We have Mr. Peg Leg Johnny. He wanders in a circular path around Michelangelo's restaurant on the 2nd floor. We have the Hand of Mystery in the Gold Room. There's a disembodied hand sticking out of the wall near the closet on the Gold Room's balcony. We've got the Wailing Woman in 441. Guests complain of the ghostly outline of a weeping woman sometimes when they stay there. It's usually at night, although there have been reports by the staff during the day sometimes when they
really
clean the room.
puts the hookers off.
It does. Please, sir. Listen, little man. This is an upscale establishment.
Whoa!
Little man?
She don't like the cut of your jib, kid.
Do not call my comrade the little man.
Color spray.
You immediately start with a
Bucket
felony.
sand.
You immediately start with a felony.
Bucket
Your first action in this game is to commit a felony against magical assault.
My favorite one. I'm sorry.
Bucket sand?
Can we have like a thing for pocket sand?
What?
She wants bucket sand.
Smoke bomb.
No, pocket sand is from King of the Hill. when Dale he just has like sand in his pocket.
Just to throw in someone's eyes.
So, like someone's attacking him or
When
something.
he needs to make like a quick escape.
Yeah, and he just yells pocket sand and throws sand in their eyes.
Sure.
When we come back from the
Bucket
mission.
sand.
You can get yourself some nice sand.
Bucket sand.
Bucket sand.
We also have Mr. Al Capone on 2 guests and staff reporting seeing him, the ghostly apparition of Al Capone, complete with a Tommy gun on both the 2nd and 5th floors. We have the searching man on 8. Both our guests and staff were reported seeing a ghostly man in workers' overalls wandering around the 8th floor. The elevator stops at the 8th floor even when it's not called.
Okay, I don't like her. Go sound someone yelling her name down the hallway.
You don't want to find out what the last of the things are?
Well, our boss already told us.
I would like to know.
No,
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Be quiet,
she's
little man.
that's fine.
you be quiet.
All right, she hears
Tell
the
where
sound.
it counts.
She hears the sound of her name, and she's like, "I'll be there momentarily. Please let me finish this."
Clever girl.
Then there's room 1206. We have not been in room 1206 in decades. I'm not
Stinks
exactly
like shit
sure
in there.
what the problem is with 1206. This is before I was here. In fact, previously it had not been open at all, but the new owners would like to make sure all of the rooms are expanded. 1206 represents a rather large penthouse apartment in the hotel that's worth quite a bit of money for us as a room. So they're insisting that we open it up for full renovation. Guests in nearby rooms reportedly hear wailing and other unsavory sounds coming from 1206. As she's talking, she sees a man walk up. He's kind of he's a black man of maybe mid-40s. He's about 6 foot tall. You know,
Ernie Hudson?
What, the president?
It was Barack Obama.
Ernie Hudson.
He's a little slimmer than Ernie Hudson.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
Barack O'Hudson.
He's wearing like khakis and a polo shirt, like a blue polo shirt with the emblem of the hotel on it. And Vera says, good, thank you, you're here. I just heard my name called, so you can give them anything else. This is Samuel Jefferson. He is the head of maintenance and general groundskeeping and stuff like that here. And by the way, if you're looking for something to imagine in your head, I'm imagining Scatman Crothers from The Shining.
I was just gonna say, caretaker from The Shining, right?
Yeah.
Caretaker.
He can fill you in on anything else, any other questions.
Wait,
you
no,
have.
that's Wolfman Jack.
Yeah, he can fill you in anything else. And she kind of walks off in the direction of the ghost sound, and she's like looking around, it's like, yes, what is it? And she kind of opens the door and she's like, hello?
And I make it in the other opposite end of the room.
She starts walking across. You see a click, click, click of her heels on the like, yes, what is it?
Little imp.
Stupid bitch.
Sam kind of like realizes what you're doing, and he kind of chuckles and he like gives you a little chuck on the shoulder. You know, he's like, haha, good one.
Fist bump.
Gives you a tiny fist bump. All right, buddy.
And then immediately gets an axe in the back. Oh, I'm really bad at this.
It's not the best you can do. I mean, I'm dying.
So Sam is kind of like, all right, guys, you need to know anything. If you need access to anywhere in the hotel, you just come get me or call on me, and I'll make sure you get where you need to go. I got keys for everything, and can get you into all the other, the back areas that are not normally accessible to guests.
Do we know the history of this hotel? Did anybody die in a terrible way?
Buried on a graveyard by chance.
I don't know about that. I mean, I've been here a long time, and there've been people who've died, but
Many Satanists worshippers.
Pretty standard protocol.
not that I'm aware of.
Gypsies.
She just sounds like a nurse, like trying to check off a check, like Satan worshippers, gypsies, other demonic activity.
Homosexuals.
Sir, I'm just trying to ask you questions. Gotta do my job.
It's all on the form, sir.
All on my clipboard here. My spooky clipboard. You see, I drew a skull on it to make it spooky.
It's festive.
I drew skull to make it spooky.
I drew skull to make spooky.
You know,
spooky for me.
you know what? There is a story about 2 star-crossed lovers who died here. One of them was one of those what do you call them, flappers or something like. She was one of those singers from the 20s.
A floozy.
I don't know. Is that what you call them? I don't know. She was supposed to be. That doesn't seem right. That seems dismissive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she was supposed to be a real looker, and yeah, the story is like they got iced by some mobsters back in the 20s. They poured a bucket of ice on her. No,
I think it's a metaphor, Dara.
She took ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Terrible accident.
No. They were killed by the mob.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do not understand metaphor.
Yeah. Where are you from?
Please continue.
Where are you from? Poughkeepsie.
I'm from Poughkeepsie.
Oshkosh. Patent, Ohio.
I'm from Champaign, Illinois.
Walla Walla, Washington. Rancho Cucamonga.
Laporte.
I am from Moscow, Oregon.
Paris, Texas.
Harvard University. DeVry University.
Homeschooled.
God.
Well, at this point, you realize that you've been asking some questions about the history of the thing. And he's like, well, I mean, I don't know of anything bad. Like the only person.
Wait, I'm sorry, I missed. So it's just a flapper, and who was the lover?
He was supposed to be like he was just kind of like a Joe Schmo, like a working class dude.
And then the mob killed them both.
Well, that's the story. I mean, it was one of the when I was working here.
Like someone overthrew his coverage, pissed off a mobster.
When I was a young guy, when I first started working here, there was the old timer. She was an older lady. She'd been a maid here for years, and she used to tell me about it. She had all kinds of stories. But yeah, that's the only one I can think of where there's. Yeah, but I tell you what, we did have a guy go missing here too a long time ago. But that's since I've been here.
Same floor.
No.
Did you check the water tower?
I think we would have noticed by now.
You say that.
That was like 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago.
Yes, you say that, but then everyone's been drinking dead body water for a week. I've seen it before.
You just go right to the dark stuff, don't you?
You are a morbid lady. I'm sorry. He kind of looks at you and is like, he's both kind of freaked out. And he's clearly attracted to you. But he's also kind of like,
I get that.
His dick's confused.
Yeah, you're scary hot.
It's like his dick's like.
Have you seen my spooky clipboard?
Yes, I've seen your spooky. Yes, that's a nice clipboard.
Thank you. I made it myself.
You realize that you've been asking a lot of the questions you've been asking. You might
completely
benefit.
Wrong.
No. If you want to know more, consult your local library.
Ah.
Now you think, especially
to the microfiche.
Splug's like, oh yeah, Splyg. Sorry, Splug's like, yeah, we can.
Splug.
We can go. And you probably Toots has probably spent some time in the library too, because
yes.
Because he didn't have a prom date.
Yeah, and you can't really use computers, so you have to use the library.
It's all about the microfiche.
And the local library apparently has a rather extensive collection of arcane stuff, and also histories and all kinds of other things. So, if you want to do research like that, would probably be to find out some of this information. Because are you having a stroke, Eric?
I'm singing the song.
I know you are, but it looks like you're having a stroke.
What is wrong, my Chucklaw friend?
My Chucklaw friend.
Chuck is having a fucking conniption fit.
He's having to fits.
Mr. Law.
Mr. No. No, we're not going over there.
Mister.
No,
Mr. Lady. I think I just killed her.
So Vera has wandered across to the area where you set your go sound,
and
she's like, "Hello."
I just keep bouncing it.
So she starts walking the other direction.
So, up to down or down to up?
Let's
start up top and flush them down.
I say
like style.
Okay. Woohoo! I say we start with a small fry and check out the hand.
What'd you say?
Start with the small fry.
What'd you say?
We start with the weakest. The weakest.
Was that like a food?
Weak like your dick, you little man. I will beat you with my spooky clipboard.
Smack her clipboard out of her hand with my staff.
This would be okay. So if you're going to proceed, you can proceed. If you want to find out the answers to these questions, you need to go do research.
I say we do research.
To the library.
What time of the day is it that we're?
It's morning.
Oh, well, we got plenty of time. Spooky shit doesn't happen until
Like, I mean, like you walked in the office in the first thing in the morning, and you know probably took you an hour to drive there and park and go through all this nonsense.
Does anyone have a library card?
Oh.
Toots has a library card.
So we begin.
Splyg also has a library card. All right, so
Why do you keep asking? Yeah, people keep asking for cards from me. I do not have cards. Do not ask for cards from me.
I am not a gambler. I do not play cards.
This gathering of magic.
These different colored cards. Do not worry about the cards.
I do not have green card. I do not have. I do not have a library card. I do not have weed card.
I do not need green card. I am from Indianapolis.
She just keeps saying where different places where she's from.
Illinois.
I am from Vladivostok. I mean, the Sheboygan.
I am from Indianapolis, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute.
I am from Dubuque.
Ew, I am American.
I am from Butte, Montana.
I am from Boise, Idaho.
Suburb of. I am from St. Petersburg, Florida.
I am from Salt Lake City in the Utah.
I am from
Salt Lake.
I am from the New York, the city in New York, the state.
Also the county.
Also the county. Is it really?
Yes.
Fuck New York.
It's part of it, yes.
New York City, New York State, 10108. Sorry. You know.
No, I got you.
New York, New York. The city's so nice they named it twice.
I'm glad someone hears
We're not
my age.
in New York though. We are in Chicago. So you guys head over to the Herald Washington.
You're still older.
Somebody gets my Nickelodeon references at least. No.
You guys head to the Herald Washington Library, and research librarian Edna Cleghorn recognizes both Toots and Splyg. And it's like, oh, hi, Splyg. She kind of looks at Toots like, hi, Toots. Oh, hi, Splyg. How are you? Like, she's excited to see him. It's like, oh, hey, Edna. I brought you something. She,
Oh, hey, Edna. Oh, hey. Sorry.
Oh, hi.
And he tosses her
What's going on, girl?
He tosses her like a bag of, like, it looks like some, like a
Hot.
yeah, it's just a hash. It's just a big block of hash. No, it's like a bag of like those, like, what do you call them? Like candied, like walnuts and, almonds and stuff like that, you know,
like trail mix.
No,
Swedish
like
fish.
Not Swedish fish. You know when they coat
Candied walnuts,
they coat
like old people eat.
yeah.
The peanut circus peanuts.
No, candied walnuts. They're like walnuts with like sugar on it.
Yeah, they're good. You buy them this
Penny candies.
Yeah, so he tosses her like, oh,
Those
thanks.
Originals.
Yes, she's very nice. Well, so what can I do for you guys today?
Microfiche.
We're here to investigate history of hotel.
Okay. Well, she kind of helps you. Let me get an intelligence check from all of you.
You are a rude librarian.
This is not the librarian asking that. This is your DM asking
This
that.
is rolling under our intelligence, right?
No, you add your bonus.
Oh, add bonus.
Yeah, this is not second edition.
Oh, yeah, derp.
This is so cool.
19.
Yeah.
19.
So you use there's your int and your modifiers +2.
17.
13.
Splyg doesn't roll that great, but he's got a high modifier. All right, 13. Okay. Let's see. What do you want to know about the hotel itself? The individual ghosts that you're looking for? Because you can basically start looking for just general information about the hotel. You can also look for like specific information, like
Unexplained
keywords.
deaths.
Unexplained deaths.
Yes.
Okay.
Unexplained deaths are a matter of the courts.
Unexplained deaths. Well, you find multiple things. On the case of the Hand of Mystery, or excuse me, on the case for Al Capone, as you're searching through, and it helps you go through the microfiche, periodicals and stuff like that. The older stuff is definitely on microfiche and things like that. Some of them, the newer ones she has. You find records that in 1992, a man named Lee Williams went missing at the hotel, and Williams' last known location was the Legislative Plaza Hotel, dressed as Al Capone.
Ah.
He was there
Costume party gone
he was
awry.
there for a
Might be a cast iron.
Halloween party. He had a fake scar, a fake gun, and a rented zoot suit.
Those are hard to find.
He was last seen getting into the elevator His wife, Julia Williams, said she forgot something and went back to the room. Like, so they were leaving the room.
To blow the bellboy.
Yeah.
Ding,
Quickly.
ding, ding,
Really
ding.
quickly. She said, so she forgot something. She's like, goes back to the room. So Williams gets in the elevator. His wife goes back to the room. That's the last time she ever sees him, and that's the last time anyone sees anything from him. So at first told the police that she thought he was hiding because he always tried to scare her. Like she says he always used to like jump out at me and do all kinds of crazy things to scare me on Halloween.
He used to choke me and hit me just to scare me, you know?
Yeah, just to make
He's
sure
a
I acted
jokester.
right. Yeah. He's a real scamp. His toy gun was found, like, so he had like a toy Tommy gun. His toy gun was found on the elevator, but no signs of the man was found in or on top of the elevator. Rescuers and detectives searched the bottom of the shaft and found nothing.
Sounds like stuff at level 8.
Okay.
That's the floor that the elevator stops.
Right.
That's a different guy.
That appears to be a different thing.
Never mind.
Let's see.
Maybe he went to the spooky room.
Let's see.
Spooky moon?
Spooky room.
Oh.
What about the spooky room?
Spooky room. Well, we're getting there.
Should we be writing this down? I feel like this is.
You can if you want to. Yeah, that might not be the worst idea. A construction worker at the early during. So the hotel. So I'll give you some history on the hotel too, so this will make sense. The hotel was opened in 1893 for the World's Columbian Exposition as the Auditorium Annex. It was designed to complement the Louis Sullivan designed auditorium building across the street. The North Tower was built then for the 1893. The South Tower was built between 1902 and 1907. It was renamed the Legislative Plaza Hotel in 1908. The South Tower contains a banquet hall called the Golden Room, so that's where the Hand of Mystery is. The first hall in the country to use air conditioning. And the Florentine Ballroom added to the North Tower in 1909. Elizabethan and Pompeian rooms added later. So
who designed it?
Maybe that Pompeian room.
Who designed it?
Who's the architect?
The North Tower was designed by Clinton Warren with Louis Sullivan and Dankmar Adler as advisors. Louis Sullivan was one of the people who redesigned the city after the Great Fire.
Any relations to
What?
Warren Davis?
Oh, never mind. You ever saw
The movie Warrens?
No, The Conjuring.
Oh,
The Warrens.
Oh, you mean the Connors?
The Connors, yeah.
No. The South Tower was built designed by Hollibird and Roche, an architecture firm, and it was designed to look like the other tower. But the reason I gave you that information is because you find records or evidence of the police records of and also a small newspaper story about a guy named Edward Cunningham, who was a construction worker who disappeared during that construction time, specifically when they were building that section of the hotel, and the South Tower, which is where the Gold Room is. And the records show evidence of a dispute between the construction worker, Edward Cunningham, and the builders of the hotel over safety and concerns about unionization. Police reports show that Cunningham was reported missing by his wife, but no police action was taken to follow up.
Was there a hand found?
No sign of him was found. Let's see. All right.
I'm sorry, where's the Hand of Mystery?
In the Gold Room.
South Tower.
South Tower. References. So as far as other deaths, I'll just say since you're searching for it, and you all, especially Toots, made a good check. You find evidence. You find records. You're kind of looking for everything. Records show that a one-legged indigent identified as John Haverford, a former merchant mariner and naval gunner, snuck into the hotel one winter and died. Haverford's death was ruled natural causes, and his body was removed from the premises and buried in a pauper's grave, but still given a proper burial.
Where does it say where he was found in the hotel?
He was found like in the back, like in the like the not area not for the guests, like he was hiding in a storeroom or something. The photos of his body match the description of Pegleg Johnny. Everyone give me a perception check. You have a pretty high perception.
5. 20.
Perception's got to be better than that.
No.
Oh, you rolled a 13. I think you rolled a 18. Okay. Yeah, 20. Splyg gets about that too. I don't think you're going to beat a 20.
I don't know.
That's good enough. 20 is good enough.
Wait, so where's my perception?
It's on the front page of your character sheet, down the bottom right corner. All right, as you're looking at the pictures, and they totally match the description that you've gotten a peg leg Johnny, except you notice he doesn't have a peg leg. He just has a leg and then nothing below the knee on one side.
Like the pinned up pant leg kind of thing.
Kinda, but it doesn't appear to be like completely pinned up. Like it looks like if he had a peg leg, it's not in the picture.
Not pictured, Johnny's leg.
And then finally, probably the most important piece of information you find is you keep finding references to newspaper articles about some murders in the hotel in the late 40s, but every time you go to look for them, they're gone or they're blacked out, like they're redacted. So you keep finding like references, or like you find multiple references in like the indexes, but then once you go to find the article, they're not there. Except for one. There's one article, and it's actually not directly related to that. It is about a newspaper clipping references a man named Detective Abraham Alinsky, who was promoted after solving the case of the murders in the hotel. So it doesn't specifically say anything about the murders themselves, but except that he got a promotion after successfully closing the case. And kind of just following along, Edna is like, huh. So she's like, 'cause she's kind of pissed off or freaked out. It's like all these articles, like they should be there, and she's like annoyed. It's like, wait, this should be here. This should be. What happened? Where are all these things?
And if the planet doesn't show up in the Jedi records, then what does that tell us?
Someone erased it from the archived memory.
I want you to kill that youngling specifically. No, I knew what you meant. I couldn't remember a foul. I knew what you meant, but I could not think of a foul.
Well, looks like it's time to kill the younglings.
Yeah. Now we have to go about the grisly work of slaughtering all the children.
Master Skywalker, what do we do?
But Edna's like, hang on a second. So she goes and she does a little looking herself, and she comes back to you and she says,
I look over, it's Legolas. So, you and Edna?
What about it?
You fucking Edna? You coming that, bro?
You know how old I am?
Oh.
300.
Oh. Was she 18?
She used to be pretty good looking. That's all I'm saying.
Coming that, bro?
Do I look? He kind of points down to his metal body. He's like,
his Ken doll cock.
She comes back with a slip of paper, and she's like, I can't find any reports that Abraham Alinsky died, and I have his last known address here. And she gives you an address that references something to the back of the yard, basically an address in the back of the yards, which is a neighborhood.
Look, I think it's time we got a leg up on this investigation.
Nobody can see you.
Yeah.
No one can see you.
No one can see you.
Also, you didn't actually do a pun. You have to do a pun before you take off your glasses if you're going to do a CSI pun. Trust me, I've tried to do that multiple times at a game where I'm like, and I can never think of one on the spot, which just vexes me.
Leg up, you know.
A peg leg up on this investigation.
But
we were already like, yeah. I mean,
so what's next?
Let's go find this
Alinsky with an A.
Alinsky. I wrote down Malinsky on my clipboard.
Perhaps your spooky clipboard causes you to make mistakes. You're so worried about the spooky. Okay, so you go out. All right, so you get back in Mirabelle, and
I look over. It's like, get the car.
All right, guys, that's it for this week's episode of Two Guys, a Girl, and a Goblin. Tune in next time for the further adventures of Chuck, Ivana, Splyg, and Toots.
This podcast has been a production of Everyone'sGotAthing.com.